Hello, everybody. You hear me okay? I'm not hearing you. Why am I not hearing you? I don't hear.
Yes.
Okay. Someone, Svetlana, can you say something? And I don't hear you. Well,
English channel? Yes.
there we
I'm
go.
sorry.
Okay.
Yes, because I wasn't Russian. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, looks like we have not many students. I had trouble with my computer. We've been generating corrupt files. So I had to work on those this morning. So we have a fairly short class. But let's go ahead and get started. Katya, could you do the opening prayers again in Spanish, please?
Yes. So, aquí está esta tierra impregnada con el aroma del incienso, cubierta con un manto de flores, la gran montaña, los 4 continentes, portando la joya del sol y de la luna. En mi mente las transformo en el paraíso de un Buda y lo ofrendo todo a ti. Que por esta acción puedan todos los seres experimentar el mundo puro. Idam Guru Radna Mandala Yatayami.
Okay, go ahead and do refuge too,
¿En Spanish?
please.
Ok. Tomo refugio hasta que me ilumine en el Buda, el Dharma y la Sangha, que a través del mérito acumulado por la práctica de las perfecciones tales como el dar, pueda yo alcanzar la budeidad en beneficio de todos los seres. Tomo refugio hasta que me ilumine en el Buda, Dharma y Sangha, que a través del mérito acumulado por la práctica de las perfecciones tales como el dar, pueda yo alcanzar la budeidad en beneficio de todos los seres. Tomo refugio hasta que me ilumine en el Buda, Dharma y Sangha, que a través del mérito acumulado por la práctica de las perfecciones, tales como dar, pueda yo alcanzar la budeidad en beneficio de todos los seres.
Excellent, thank you. My wife and I are starting our Spanish lessons. It's pretty pathetic, but I think I'm going to be able to read it better than speak it. I guess that's not uncommon, but Sarani's pretty good with the pronunciation. So it's an ongoing process. Okay, let's do rejoicing. Well, let's go with Yevgeny. What do you have to rejoice about, Yevgeny?
Всем здравствуйте.
Hello, everyone.
Я хочу порадоваться сегодня
I want to
тому,
rejoice
что
today that
моя возможность
my
поехать на
opportunity to go
Ламрим,
to
Geshe Michael в
Lamrim with
Мексику
Geshe Michael in
открылась для
Mexico
меня.
was
И,
open for
возможно, в
me,
моей жизни случится
and
то, что я увижу
perhaps
его впервые в своей жизни.
that it will happen in my life that I will meet him the first time in my life.
Very good. That is
Очень
very
хорошо.
rejoiceful. Wow. Wow. Well, congratulations and have a great trip. Okay. Let's go with Svetlana. What do you have to rejoice in?
Yes, hello everyone. Today, hello dear Lama Sumati. And today I had a very huge trigger of someone sent me a message blaming me for doing something very bad to important person. But actually, what I just wanted to do, I just wanted to take care, to express my love, and just when I was talking with this important person, I was just was just caring about their health and love, etc. So I was thinking that I'm doing something important because I'm supporting this person, and then they gave me feedback that actually
it was like insulting and very bad, and it was very bad from my side, and I'm not supposed to behave in this way, and this person is stopping communications for some time. And although it triggered some internal disturbances, I tried not to go into those emotions and not to uh, uh, go to upsetness or anger, because I understood that it was my karma ripening, maybe not because of the fact that I was speaking about, but because of the fact that I had such seeds planted before, and that's why they were ripening. So it was more like purification. And I would like to rejoice that we have this precious wisdom, and that in such situations when, like before, I could like broke into tears, telling why are they behaving, I wanted this, they don't understand, and would try explain myself and etc. Now, taking refuge in karma and emptiness, it's like inner strength that we have our bodhicitta to serve all beings, and we can change our seat, so we will not see that other beings are perceiving our love and care as something insulting. So just working on the seeds can help us further. And I rejoice in our wisdom and in our support of each other, and dedicate that everyone can have this understanding of karma and emptiness and have a ultimate happiness.
So I'm not sure I understand. You thought you were being nice to the person and the person thought you were insulting?
Yes. I was thinking that I was nice and taking care of the person, but the person was thinking that it was not supposed from my side to behave this way, and they were very angry. Were very angry.
Wow, that makes no sense.
Yeah, and actually, all the yeah. I'm sorry.
If you're being nice to this person, how could they take that as insulting? That bewilders me, but it's the same. It's, as we all know, what you think is giving them happiness, love, and compassion, they may see as insulting, which is what happened. So I don't know. I guess I could have felt you were being condescending. You know what condescending means?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they felt you were being condescending. Well, but you didn't get angry, you didn't break down in tears. That's great, Svetlana. That's a huge step for you to be able to not react in an emotional way instead of trying to figure out what the karmic situation is involved. That's very good. Okay, Katya.
Well, I want to rejoice that yesterday I helped a friend who had to buy a plane ticket and he has not a credit card. So I lent him my credit card so he can buy it. And I dedicate it so that everyone is free of obstacles.
Very good. You didn't just give him the credit card. You let him use his credit card.
Yes, I let him use my credit card.
Okay. Well, that's very generous of you.
But I
And
want him to pay, he has to pay me back the money.
no, that's not a problem. That's really very sweet of you to do that. And it's setting the seed, you dedicate it to everybody having the money they need when they need it. And that can only ripen for you to have the money you need when you need it. So very good. How are things coming with the preparations for Mexico City?
From July, from July?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything it's okay. We are like we have like 60 registrations by today. So it's really good, but we are hoping to have more registrations. But everything is going really, really good.
Yeah, we've applied for a permanent visa to
Mm.
Mexico, and we have our appointment July 9th, and the lady at the consulate said, when are the Mexico teachings? What date is New Mexico? Is Mexico City?
The dates?
Yeah,
It's July 18 to 22.
yeah. She said not to travel to Mexico while we were waiting to get the um, permanent residence card. So we had planned to go, and now she said it was, for some reason it would be looked upon poorly if we traveled before we got the card. I don't understand, but we're glad we mentioned it because we wouldn't want to dig that hole to get out of. So I'm glad to hear things are going well for the registration. Is it going to be in downtown Mexico or Mexico City?
It's gonna be in Mexico City. It's more close to El Desierto de los Leones. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's close to there, but it's in Mexico City.
Wow. Wow. Yes, I remember that very well. Oh, that was that was an experience. That's the chef. That whole place was unique. I don't think I'll probably ever go somewhere unless I go back there. Uh, go to someplace that was that unique. Really something. Okay, I guess it's my turn. What do I want to rejoice in? This is the third week where the medication sequence that I'm taking has worked very well. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and my A1C, which is a measure of the blood, the glucose attached to your blood cells, to hemoglobin, is 6%, which is a little bit high. But he said, watching my diet, I could bring that down to the range that they want, which is around 5. So I don't have to take any additional medicine, which is okay by me. So that's good. I spent the better part of half a day trying to figure out what was wrong with the main file of my notes for the Armenia and Romania teaching. It's got a corruption to it. And luckily, the corruption is only in printing, not the rest of the text. But we tried to figure it out, and it was nice to see my thought process paralleled the Microsoft engineers, because they asked if I'd done something, and I had, and I had, and I had. And they just think it's a corrupt file, but there's no way to clean up, to fix the file. But luckily, what the corruption is, I can't just print a section of it. So if I want to print pages 1 through 9, it prints the whole document. But if I make it into a PDF, then I can print pages 1 to 9. So that Microsoft didn't have an answer, a solution. So, but thank goodness it's the file opens. Sometimes when you have a corrupt file, the file doesn't open. That would be very bad news, but what I've spent so many weeks on. So that's where we are. What else do I have?
Anna wants to rejoice also.
Oh, I thought you said
Yes.
you. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, dear Venerable Sumati, and hello, all participants, students, my friends. About my rejoicing, my main karmic partner is my mom, and I do Tonglen to my mom, not every day, but pretty often. She has bad mood, some illnesses. She's 77, Maybe I told about her previously. And today she has pretty nice mood, and she told me that she wants to fly. Yeah, I don't know what.
Fly
Yeah,
like
so
that or fly
something
an
like
airplane?
this. Yeah, like a butterfly maybe or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, and I'm very happy that sometimes her mood is better and she feels better, and I'm very happy that I hope that my practices really help her. Thank you.
good. Now just don't let her get on the roof and try and fly off. That was a joke. No, good for you. You're taking care of her. That's important, no matter whether she understands it or not. Okay, what else? Oh, did I send you the pictures of my award ceremony? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. So let's get started. We're not going to do the meditation today. We've pretty well done that's the death meditation without a lot of explanation. We could do a weekend retreat like the Source of All My Good with a death meditation if you guys want down the road. We just have to figure out where we're going to do it. And we're doing the Heart Sutra, correct, Katya, in January? Yeah. And where's that going to be again?
No, the Heart Sutra,
Yeah, what are we doing in January
it's gonna
next
be
year?
the Thousand Angels.
Oh. Gee, I think my wife thinks it's okay. Well, I bet I'll check with her and make sure. Okay. So this class is a short class. It's on the lives of the hell beings. We're going to review the different types of hell beings and talk about why it's important to study them and whether or not they are possible. The hell realms we're going to talk about are part of the Judeo-Christian tradition, which many of us have rejected as kids. We thought they didn't really exist and were described just to scare us into behaving better. There are 8 different kinds of hot hells. The Abhidharma Kosha says that the hot hells are located directly below where Lord Buddha was seated when he became enlightened, so in Bodh Gaya. They're like a deep chamber, 90,000 miles across and 10 times as deep. They're stacked like coins with the worst at the bottom. The first level, the best of the hell realms, is close to the surface of the earth. The first of the hell realms is called revive. You appear in all the hell realms, whichever hell realm you're going to complete. You just appear. The moment you are there, in this case in revive, you're in the midst of a massive screaming confusion. I digress for a minute. We were coming home from Washington, and we got off the train at the Atlanta airport, and it was a massive crowd of people. And we tried to figure out what was going on. The train that runs between the concourses had failed, and so people were having to walk quite a distance. And what was really impressive to me was there was no shouting and anger and shoving and pushing. The airport personnel had divided this narrower hallway into two directions, and people were actually really anxious, but they weren't angry and yelling at people. And I was really happy to see my karma ripen for people making the best of the situation instead of the worst. So that's another way of looking at how your karma ripens and dedicating, noticing it and dedicating it. Okay. Massive screaming confusion. It's apparently very similar to Dante's famous Hell Realm painting. Do you all remember seeing that? The Dante Hell painting? It's hot and burning, everyone screaming, running around, struggling. You feel intense hatred for each other. Everyone grabs whatever they can and they attack you. They're ripping at each other until they fall down senseless. Then a voice in the sky says, "Revive!" And they all jump up and start over again. There's a special kind of pain we have when we die, the last thing we feel, and it's extraordinary, terrible, according to the Abhidharmakosha. Every day in hell, you reach this level of pain over and over again. A day in the hell realms is like years of human time. A typical hell realm life is millions of human years. So that's not encouraging. Blackline hell. In some levels of the hell realms, there are beings called hell guards. They're ones that do the torture. They're massive and very powerful, very strong. They grab you, throw you on the ground, and lay hot chains across your body, making a black charred line for how you will be cut up. It's like when you take a piece of chicken and you put it on a grill and you cook it for a little bit. You get the cross section, lines like that. So other hell guards cut you up along those lines until you're just pieces of flesh lying around on the floor. Consciousness is still felt in each of these parts, even though you are dismembered. Your body regenerates and you repeat this again and again and again. What is the karma that gets us there? Any extreme form of doing the 10 misdeeds. The third realm is called, hell realm is called gather and smash. That's 3 levels down. Hell guards drive everybody into a dead-end canyon. The 2 mountains that make up the 2 sides of the canyon slap together and squish everybody. Then the walls come apart and everybody's revived, and they do this again and again and again. The karma for this particular hell is apparently karma for killing. The screaming hell, all the grounds of all the hell realms are red hot iron. You're always naked on this red hot iron steel, but there's nowhere to go for relief. You can't stand still because it hurts so much. So you run around screaming. Your feet burn to the bone, and it continues up to where you're running around on stumps of your legs. Then they burn away more, and you're running on your hands. Then you regenerate and start all over again. The great screaming hell is like the screaming hell we just described, but it's more painful and has a longer lifespan. Number 6 is called heat. You find yourself in a small hut made of steel, and there's no doors or windows. The door is sealed behind you, and you're basically in an oven. No windows or doors. The place heats up, and you roast. You run around inside, cooking, and then regenerate and start all over. Extremely hot is this one, but it has 2 rooms. And for some reason, you think the other room's going to be cooler. So you go through the doors, go to that room, you find it's hot. You think, well, it's hotter than the room I just came from, so I'll go back to that room. Well, that room turns out to be hot as well. So it's very, it's a conundrum. You go to the other room and that doesn't work. You go to the other room and that doesn't work. It's kind of a mess. Okay, extremely hot. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Number 8, no torment. Number 8 is the lowest of the 8 hells. It's called Avicii hell as well. This is a misnomer. What it means is the torment here is never less than the worst. It's always the worst, most awful torment. It is the greatest suffering any human being can experience. The moment you appear in the Avicii hell, a jet of stream of fire comes at you and turns you incandescent like the filament in a light bulb. There's apparently a special sounding moan that you emit from being in this flame. And that's what lets you know and others know you're in Avicii hell. There are also 8 cold hells. These parallel the hot hells. You are naked on a surface that is all ice, and there's nowhere to go. We don't discuss the actual rooms very much, and for some reason, the 8 cold hells. Then there's something called the adjacent hells. They surround the hell realm. I can't picture this, but there are 4 doors in the 4 corners of each hell realm. If something's 30 miles, 90 miles, 90,000 miles wide, I don't know how you'd ever find the door. But if you open the door, the first level closest to the hell realm, you find yourself in a big trench filled with glowing embers. You're up to your knees in glowing embers, and your legs burn away, and then you regenerate. The second adjacent hell, you find yourself up to your neck in a swamp full of courses. As creatures in the swamp bite at you. The third adjacent hell, you find yourself in a road made of razor blades standing on edge. You run barefoot across the blades. Your legs get cut up and you regenerate. Number 4, you see some trees in the distance and have some hope over respite. You get to them and their leaves are shaped like knives. A huge dog-like creature chases you and you run up the tree, climb the tree, and the bark becomes daggers which cut you up. You reach the top of the tree, and huge crows come and pluck out your eyeballs. Then there are the partial hells. This is more personal, meaning you share these with 1 or 2 others. You are born in a specific small area, which is where very painful situations going on. That one's pretty vague to me. How do we get to the hell realm? Anybody have any idea? It's pretty obvious.
I think bad deeds. Our bad deeds, our behavior to others. And we have 5 critical actions like killing our mom, our dad, try to kill Buddha, try to split the Sangha, and one more. And try to kill Arhat, I think.
Right. So those are guaranteed to send you to the hell realm. So the point is, there isn't a door you open and really walk into the hell realms. There's one thing that sends you to the hell realm in various different forms, and that's karma. That's how you get to hell realms. And the 5 heinous crimes are a surefire way to get you to the hell realms. I don't know how many of you have ever played Monopoly, but when we talk about this, you go to the hell realms, you don't pass go, you don't collect $200. It's as close as 3 thoughts from now. Think about it. You die, you go to the bardo, number 2, and number 3, you go to the whichever realm you're going to. The projection shifts from being a human to a human dying to a bardo being to a hell projection. We are so complacent with our lives. We think to get to hell, you have to be sick or old first. All you have to do is do something terrible. All that has to happen when we die. We choose can we choose which projections arise when we die? That's the point of the death meditation, is to clear your thought process so you're not thinking of things that are going to take you into hell. You're not clinging, for instance. So when I rolled my truck, I had done the death meditation course, and I knew that I didn't want to be thinking, oh, my truck is going to be ruined. I didn't want to be thinking, oh, I didn't tell my wife I loved her. All that I had done that for the day. I do all the time. Well, I'm not worried about my truck. I worry about my wife. Well, I don't worry about my wife. I'm always telling her how gorgeous she is. She never gets tired of it. She doesn't say I'm gorgeous. Doesn't even say I'm handsome. I say, dear, you look lovely today. And she goes, yes, I do. And so, come on, say something back. No, turns around, goes out of the bowl of oatmeal. Projections are karma. Karma arises from your past deeds, and we need to destroy our current hell realm seeds. So what's a current hell realm seed? If you've broken any one of the 10, if you've done the 10 misdeeds, if you've broken your vows, that's pretty much a guarantee you're going to go to one of the hell realms. But you have to really break it. You can't just kind of break your vow. So should we be worried about that you're going to get to the hell realms? Just remember, hell is not a place where you go. It's a perception that you start to have. If you get nothing more out of these classes, just be sure to be good, to be kind, and to be helpful. Fill your mind with good seeds, dedicate your deeds, and right now, stop and think of something you'd be thinking of that's negative. Well, what would be a good example? I can't think of one. Oh, for myself, living in the United States with a president that seems to be going nuts, I could push ill will on him. I hope none of his programs work. Or I could say, it would be nice if his ideas really come to what he wants. I don't agree with everything that he wants, but wishing him success in the light of, how can I put this? It's not that I'm wishing him success with the border wall or whatever he wants to do. I'm at loss for words. So it's a good example. No, I hope that his economic theories work out. I don't understand them, and those that I think I understand, I don't agree with. But maybe he's right. Instead of thinking he's wrong and being anti everything he's doing, Not that I support President Trump in any way, but I can wish instead that his economic theories work and the world really is a better place for his tariffs and all that. And I think it's important for me to do that because otherwise I'm wishing ill will on him. I want him to fail. And that's the kind of karma that will come back to me as having me fail. So you need to be careful. You need to be really careful how you disagree with somebody. Now, do you have to go to the hell realms? There's a certain stage in the five paths, the intellectual understanding of emptiness and the path of preparation. The lesser rebirth is impossible. So all we have to do is get well versed in the path of preparation. So that's where studying karma and emptiness becomes very important. And it's a good time for you to think, for you to go back, as we've done several times in the last couple of courses, go back and think today when you did something that you said, it's my karma, but instead of it's my karma, so. It's really, really important to catch that when it happens. And in my point in life, I still find myself thinking it, but I immediately stop and I go, that's my karma ripening. And if I don't want it to ripen that way, I have to change how I think and how I express myself. Now, I still do have a problem with movement of the mind. Instead of acting out verbally or physically, I may think something in my mind. And that's a movement of the mind. And as we've said, movement of the mind is how karma works. So it doesn't mean go around being depressed because you don't think good thoughts about people. It means being aware of what you're doing and take steps to mitigate the negative things you do and rejoice, really powerfully rejoice in the good things you do and you see other people do. So one of the things we're going to do, I think we combine class 8 and 9. There's a page, a bit of text from Ken Rinpoche about what to do when someone's died. And there's a specific set of things you should do. Well, I wasn't kidding when I said it was going to be a short class. So sometimes Geshe had other appointments that he needed or trips he was going to take, so he made for short classes. So I think this is one of them. I'm going to take a look at the rest of my notes and see if that folder's been corrupted. It's quite a shock to open a folder you're going to use for teaching and find out things are all messed up. Okay, let's dedicate this. May the source of benefit and goodness, the Dharma, spread and expand. May the beings upholding the Dharma have excellent health. May the source of happiness and well-being for all embodied beings, the Dharma taught by the Buddhas, always increase. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. And finally, through this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, so that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. Thank you for being my students, and thank you for coming to class. Thank you all for everything you do for me. I very much appreciate it. Oh, that's next week we have no, that's on Tuesday. Monday we're still having class, right? Okay, Anna, you have a question?
I want to tell about your computer, just my assumption, maybe it's a virus, computer virus, and you need to run antivirus program.
A very good idea.
Yes, that's
Very
just
good.
an idea. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
No,
maybe, yes.
that's a very good idea. I will check with my antivirus program. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to suggest that. Okay. Monday is class 8, then we're getting there. Then we have to decide if we want to get course 9 done before we take off for Romania. So that means not taking too much time after course 8. I'll check all that out on the calendar and we'll talk about that next class. Hopefully this won't be a problem. When do you go to Sydney, Katya?
August, or at the end of August.
At the end of August. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll be in Armenia then. Okay. So is everything set up for your trip? You running extra miles and bicycling extra miles and
Yes, running more.
well, I wish you luck. Sydney, you're gonna be in how long are you gonna be in Australia?
1 week in Australia and 1 week in New Zealand.
Oh, great. Wow. New Zealand's beautiful. I really like New Zealand. Where are you gonna be in Australia? Just the race in Sydney?
Sydney, we want to go to Melbourne, and I think there's another beach that someone recommended us, but I don't remember the name.
Oh, it's too bad you can't get to Ayers Rock. That's
Okay.
in the middle of Australia. That's a journey. But Ayers Rock is a sacred sacred rock for the native Australians.
Mm.
And that would be a really neat place to go. But Melbourne, no, this just shows how old I am. We were in Melbourne in 1968. So that's a long time. I was in Australia for 6 months as a 15-year-old. My dad went there on sabbatical to do research, and they let me finish my sophomore basketball season. Then we went to Australia, and I played basketball all year round. And when I got back and started playing basketball again in October, November of that next year, I was a lot better because I've been playing so much and playing against college age kids. So Australia was a wonderful Australia was a wonderful, wonderful part of my life. I really enjoyed it. They wanted me to stay and play on their capital volleyball team. And so I asked my parents, can I stay an extra 10 days? And they said, no. Well, that's not fair. But when you're 15 years old, you get told no a lot of times, in my experience. Anyway, okay. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. And Svetlana, should I send you the paperwork for course 8?
Yeah,
Class.
classes. We don't have other translators for the upcoming classes, so preliminary to me, yes.
Okay.
Thank you
I
so
think the
much.
translators don't like translating my classes.
No,
That's
no, I
I'm,
don't think so.
I'm,
They might be. I don't know why, but I don't think
I'm,
so.
I'm kidding. Okay. Bye-bye.
I just want to say